need to find this place or we'll be late.
Make a left on Astrology Avenue. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant right. It should be right here. 4th Street Way. Oh, turn.
It looks like Renee. Yay, we're on time.
The James and Kelly Show.
Great, let's start the show. So tonight we're going to do talk about past life regression. And Kelly, have you had any past life? Well, let's say for the first, have you had past life experiences? I'm sure.
Have I?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking me? Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
What have yours been like?
So I started doing yoga about 25 years ago. And when I started doing yoga, from the positions in yoga, because the Kundalini energy is up and down your spine, it's running your life force. I'd go into certain positions and all of a sudden I'd have these memories of past lives that just came out, and I could see and feel everything about a past life. So a lot of my past lives had to do with my siblings.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, a lot of them. And I could see why we were together, and I could experience what we come to do here in this life. So I've had quite a number of past life experiences.
And you can have past life. You can have different ways. Everybody, you can open up in a different way. For instance, I was once going with a friend driving cross country from Florida to California. Never been that way before, and we stopped in New Orleans, and I was able to tell exactly what streets we're on, where a certain church was located. I had complete memories, not remembering what I had, but I did. And then I was in France and Paris, and it's so funny because I remember when I was with Brian, my ex, I remember that there was 2 past life experiences with him. One I knew was I was a French woman of the night, and I was writing a book, I think it was Healing Grief for him, in Paris at the time. And I had this flash and I knew it. Brian was a soldier out in the war. I don't know what years these were. And I knew that he would come into Paris to see me because I remember his skirts and the whole thing. And I was always afraid I was falling in love with him, but I couldn't tell because he was a client. But I remember there was a balcony that I would go and look and say goodbye to him as he drove right away on his horse. And I remember when I was writing book, when I was just in Paris a while ago, and I was writing my last book, and I'm sitting there writing. And I looked, and there's a balcony with the double doors. Like, and again, it reminded me of that exact experience. I felt exactly that was where it was.
My God.
And then another time I was with him, and I felt like there was we're going in the steps, and he was before me, and there was a bald spot. And I said, "Oh my God, we were monks together." And there's another one. When we did past life regression, and with Dr. Brian Weiss, who's number 1 in the world, I think, past life regression. And we did many years, 12 years we worked together. And we're on a ship, and an exercise he had us do was to look at each other's faces. He had the whole group just take a moment to look at each other's faces. And he walked us to the space. And you watch the face by change to another lifetime. And I kept on looking at Brian's face, and he changed it to a Tibetan monk. And I was like, wow. And afterwards, Brian Weiss said, well, okay, share with each other what you received. And then Brian said, well, I didn't really see anything about you, but I saw you as a Tibetan monk. I said, I saw you as a Tibetan monk.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then, you'll meet people also in life. Everyone's met people that you feel like you've known each other before. You've felt that connection with someone.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I had a friend named Katie who I met her, and it was like, when you met Katie, you knew Katie.
Right.
I felt like we'd known each other right away. It was like instant. You feel
That's
like
true.
connection. Yeah.
Wow.
Or places, people.
Yeah. People had asked me, James, how do you know if you need a past life regression? People have asked me that. What are your thoughts on that?
So I again, from Brian Weiss, because I worked with him, he talks a lot about there are certain fears that people carry into life at various lifetimes that come from past life into this lifetime. And it's a good way to acknowledge what that caused that original trauma in the soul. There's a soul memory. And it holds on to those memories, and there's traumas that it can hold on to through lifetimes. There's soul memory. I remember when I was afraid of water, very afraid of water. So I was like 13, 14 years old, and I wouldn't go near it. And I had a dream once that I was in a merchant ship, and I was a galley slave. And I remember there was a tidal waves when we all died there. I remember that we were chained together. So I think when it's phobias, irrational fears about things, it certainly does help. Certain relationships with people, you wonder, like you had with your family, certain things going on. You might wonder what's going on with them.
Yeah.
So in the regressions that I do, I will bring in people from this lifetime, and it's almost like let your soul go for it. And some people think, is it my imagination? Good, let it be your imagination, whatever you want to call it. You can just let go and let your soul show you or demonstrate to you what's going on to happen.
I've heard, James, that the past lives are held in the root chakra,
I've never heard that. Could be. I don't know. I've never
where
heard.
fear and trauma are. You know.
Fear and trauma could be.
Yeah.
I could think it's. I could think it's many chakras. I mean, the heart
Think-
chakra certainly has
yeah.
the seat of the soul there.
Yeah.
It depends on the lifetime too, Kelly.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if
it definitely would.
enslaved or need survival stuff, it'd be in
Right.
that first chakra. So
Right.
it depends on the conditions of that other lifetime.
Well, you make a good point, because actually, in the heart chakra, if you were in love with somebody, that would be a big heart chakra one.
Those are lessons for the heart chakra. That
Yeah.
energy. I'm just doing. It's very interesting. I'm just filming, as we're speaking, a meditation course, my next course of the school, and it's an in-depth meditation course. And I just finished talking about the chakra points and the adrenals, the endocrine system that associate each gland is associated with the chakra point. And I go through the positives and negatives, that open, the closed. It's so interesting how much those energy points hold on to and are really responsible for moving that life force through us. And I mean, it's just so interactive, and not many people know that, and they don't realize how interactive energy is within our bodies and our
Right.
space, and that we're so much more than just this. This is just a small part of their soul.
Right.
And if only realize that we're so much more than just this. This is just a jumping off point. It's 30% of the soul is here, 70 is out here. So it's really, I have to say.
Wow. Okay.
So, any questions before we begin? Anybody have any questions about this regression, or is this? I don't know.
Lisa Vandermeer says, "Can you explain parallel lives?"
Well, Kelly and I were talking about that before too, and I was talking about today in soul care. To a point,
Yeah.
I'm not a quantum physicist, but I do believe that there are many lifetimes possibly going on right now as we're speaking. They're fragments of the soul. Let's say part of your soul is over here in the future, whatever the future is, or the past, or at the same time, all happening at the same time. And I've heard, Kelly, I don't know if you've heard this, but your actions now in the physical human, in the human part of us, but who knows till we pass on, that this part, what you do here, your thoughts, your words, can affect the past and can affect the future.
Yes. Yes.
You heard that.
Yes. Yeah. Because there's no such thing as time.
There's no such thing as
Yeah.
time. So you're given this opportunity to change
Mhm.
things out. You're given this opportunity to make things better by the way you live this life.
Right.
Or you can
Right.
make things worse by the way you live this life.
Right. Right. Exactly right.
Yeah. And it's not only this lifetime's going to be affected, but past lives.
So Sue Ann Morris, if you are totally petrified of certain things, fire and guns, with no reason, why would this indicate a past life death? Very curious. I'm totally petrified of these. Absolutely.
Yeah. So obviously, Sue, there's definitely a soul memory that you were either killed, obviously, that way on fire, and with guns. Could be several different lifetimes that could have happened. And many people are afraid of heights because they were thrown off mountains and sacrificed. Many people are afraid of doing this type of spiritual work because they were killed in a past life of a certain belief system, or they were
Right.
wicked, or I was stoned to death. I mean, I was crushed. With the stones, I'm crushed, crushed that way.
I'm quite certain I've been there.
Yeah,
Um,
we've done that
Oh
together.
my God. And
Oh.
what about fathom? I mean, when you're starvation.
Sure. I think we live all of these
Yeah.
diseases, traumas, situations in this human life. We have to experience everything in that wheel, everything we can to understand the condition. I think we go through all of that and to understand from another person's point of view. I know one thing that, they talk about, if you're very judgmental, and let's say there's a certain ethnic group that you're very judgmental about, let's say Mexican people, because I live here and my friends are Mexican, but if someone puts them down and judges them and treats them badly and talks bad of them, and even like now, trans people or gay people, whatever it might be, whatever group you pick up, and you're bad to them, you say negative things, you're going to come back and you're going to be in that group.
Right. Right.
Rest assured that you'll have to have the other flip
Right.
side of the coin, and you will have to find out what you did. That's
Right.
karma. That's
Right. Kim Ann, I have to answer this question, James. She said, would this alignment have anything to do with the shooting in Nashville? So I don't know if it's this alignment, Kim Ann, that had to do with the shooting in Nashville, but I can say that Mars is out of bounds. And I've been saying that for some time. It's out of bounds until May 5th. And when Mars is out of bounds, everything's out of control. So I think that had a lot to do with it, Kim Ann.
It does feel like that. And if people aren't properly grounded or centered or know who they are, they'll go out of limits. They'll just go wild, be aggressive. And Mars is at battles, confrontations, and fire and aggressiveness, and that's what
Guns.
guns.
Mhm.
And that will within that soul, if there is that aspect to them. Thank you, Belinda, the lady.
Love her.
Yeah, she's saying if that is within that soul's makeup, that what she's saying, effect, that affinity, or that the makeup, that could be fired on, that could be opened up, that could be activated. Activated in that soul, and they could act out. Isn't that interesting?
Very. Wow. Okay.
So what's going to happen is it good for finding out about? Well, it's good to find out about past lives if you're having trouble in this future life or this current life, trying to figure out what's going on in this relationship I'm in, what's going on with this some fears I have, certain family members are going with myself, why don't I believe in myself, whatever it might be. It could be stemming from another past life experience that you've past life. It could, not everything, but it could well be. This most important thing to know is that the soul can never be harmed. So whether it's suicide or heart attack or plane crash or whatever it might be, it can't be harmed. The soul can't die. There's no death. And that's something to know that. And when we do this regression, it's just bringing you back to your true self, your soul self. And your soul will tell you things. Your soul will reveal things to you. Because you go, really, I'm going to take you to a space where I walk you from your head to your heart. And the seat of the soul is tucked neatly behind the heart. My book, To Reach the Heaven, I wrote about a whole thing about the seat of the soul, which contains all the memories we have. So I'm walking to your space, and we're just going to suggest. I'm going to suggest to you, because I'm not a hypnotist. It's just bringing to a certain space or a certain level of consciousness, right? And Kelly, someone asked about trance today in my soul care, and I thought about you. The level of consciousness that you go under, when in trance, because there's up and then there's down, right? Yes. Would that be theta? Theta?
It would be theta. You want to get to that place of theta.
So this will be kind of an in between, and I'm going to just suggest certain spaces, and you'll hear my voice change, and obviously I'm being helped by many beings around me. So if you've never done this before, it's easy, and there's nothing to it. You're just going to relax, basically, and just let your soul reveal. And I'm probably going to turn my camera off from myself, and if that's okay, if I can do that. Or maybe I won't. I don't know how to do that. That's okay.
I don't either, James. I was going to ask you.
So, well, the best thing to do is just wherever you are, you can sit in your chair. Just gently close your eyes wherever you are, and you can even lie down. If you can turn your computer up and you want to lie down with a pillow, that's fine. It's just letting you relax. Is giving you a sense, a little bit of relaxation. And it's almost, people have said that doing this like 20 minutes is like a full night's sleep. So it's just letting yourself rest. Yeah. And I'm going to play some music behind my voice, so you'll be able to really nicely relax. And I'm just going to guide you. So wherever you are, just gently close your eyes. And as you close your eyes to the outside world, you open up the inner world of light, remembering that you indeed are a soul. You are a beautiful light. You are energy. And just to help us to relax even more, we use the breath. For the breath is a gift from God. It sustains our life. The breath of life. So as you gently close your eyes and listen to my voice, be aware that all around us is a beautiful light, of white golden light. Everywhere we are, in the middle of this beautiful golden white light, this wave of light. And out of that light, imagine, let yourself imagine, there's a string, a cord of this golden white light that touches the very top of your head. And as you breathe and inhale, you breathe in this beautiful cord of golden light. And this golden cord of light has magical properties. It immediately assists us in relaxation, in balance, in peace of mind. It helps with our stillness of being. So as we sit there now, imagine this beautiful golden white cord of light touches the top of your head, and feel the warmth, feel the energy. And as we breathe in, we're going to now inhale through our nose, and that beautiful golden white light, imagine that coming in through your body, this beautiful space of the body, the vessel of your soul, and let that beautiful light bathe all through you, surrounding every cell, every muscle, every bone, every organ, every fiber of your being is permeated with this beautiful, magical golden light. And as we exhale out of the mouth, we set the intention that with each exhalation, we will let go, we will release any stress, any troubles, any imbalances in the body, the mind, the emotional body, the mental body, the spiritual body, and let it go out into the universe, the ethers, to where it belongs, and replace it with this lovely golden white light. This golden white light is love that holds the entire universe, says all together, love is all within us and around us. Let's remind ourselves as we take in this beautiful golden white breath and inhale and ride that breath all the way down to your toes and beyond, and exhale and let it go, let it go, let it go. Good. And again, and inhale all the way down. Good. Just surrounding every cell, every organ, every fiber of your being. And exhale. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good. And again, beautiful golden light. Inhale. Illuminating every part of the inside of our being. And inhale. Yes. And exhale. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good. And one more time. And inhale. Good. Feel that beautiful energy. And exhale. And let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good. And just now, letting yourself, your breath, move naturally into the body and out of the body at its natural rhythm, its natural pace. Just feeling lighter with each inhalation. Feeling a sense of happiness and joy and love as you bring in that breath and ride that breath. And imagine now, as you still remain feel this beautiful breath going in and out, that you're floating on a bed of clouds with this golden light all around you. With each breath in and with each exhalation out, you're floating higher and higher, supported completely and beautifully by the universe. And all around you are beings of light, whatever forms they take. But feel the love of the universe, the source of all, that God light, that white light, whatever that may be for you, that your soul attaches to. Your soul is part of that beautiful source light. Breathing in and breathing out. And soon your soul, in this lovely cloud, is directed now to a time and a space, a long time ago, perhaps in human time, quite a while, but your soul will direct you to a time and a space and a place that you need to discover for whatever reason. So as I count you down from 5 to 0, when I get to 0, you will be in this new space from the past, wherever your soul will bring you. So 5, beginning to feel a gentle movement going off to the left and going down. 4, gently going down to explore time and pages in the past. 3, feeling much lighter and happier, but also feeling a sense that there's a denser energy. 2, getting close to the earth now, becoming aware of the mists, the clouds, perhaps oceans, the sun. 1, become aware that you're on some place of land or sea, whatever it might be. And 0, you are there. And feel your feet on this land below you, or sea, or desert, whatever it is, you're there. And look now at your feet and become aware of any perhaps footwear, if any, that you're wearing. Become aware of the ground. Become aware of the environment around you. What does it look like? Is it a city? Is it a jungle? Is it a desert? What kind of environment are you in? How do you feel that you are? Do you feel like you're a child, a woman, a man? And now start your gaze up toward if you're wearing any clothing, if you are, what kind of clothing, if any? Are there bear skins, are there regular costumes? Is there a sense of time period that you're experiencing, remembering that your soul is drifting off to show you? And as you look around the space that you're in, become aware of maybe there might be some buildings or the time period that you're in. And the more you gaze around your environment, the more it becomes clear and focused into your mind of this space and time that your soul experienced a long time ago. Roughly become aware of the year, if there's a year, and become aware also of what are you doing in that lifetime? What is your job or your role or your position in that particular life? Do you have any responsibilities? What did you come back to learn in that lifetime? And as you're looking around and you're receiving information that your soul is giving you, there appears before you other beings, people coming toward you, whether it's in a village or in a jungle or in a city, doesn't matter, but there are other souls coming towards you, and you recognize them in some way. Those souls coming towards you have a connection with you. They're connected in this present life. What was their role in that lifetime? What did they have to teach you in that lifetime? What did you need to learn? Good. And now we're going to move a little bit forward to the end of that life. There's a time when the soul is going to leave that body in that lifetime. I want you now to envision the last day of your life on that earth at that time. Become aware of the scene of your death. Before the soul leaves the body, become aware of the room you're in. If you're in a room, what are your surroundings like? What do you feel? Who's in the room or the space with you? What is going on? I'm going to count again from 5 down to 0. And at 0, the soul will leave the body. So 5, becoming aware of everyone in the room, if anybody's in the room. 4, did you accomplish what you meant to in that life? 3, what's the reason you're leaving the body? What has happened? 2, feeling a sense of wanting to go, to leave. 1, you're out of the body. 0, you're above it. You're above the scene. No pain at all. No pain whatsoever. Feeling free and light and connected to everyone and everything, and feeling the joy. Feeling the joy of letting go of that heavy body, of being released. Good. Now you feel you're back in that cloud, floating around, back home again, if you will, into the center of that lovely golden light. That lovely golden light that never leaves us. That's our guiding light, our guiding star. It brings us forth. And now we're going to go to another lifetime that your soul would like to show you that is a meaningful lifetime for you. So 5, becoming aware that you're moving, your motion now seems to go faster and faster. 4, getting a feeling of a sensation of going through the mists, if you will, through time. 3, getting closer toward the earth, feeling the density, if you will. 2, becoming aware of the earth, this earth time, this space. 1, your feet touch the ground, and 0, you're there. Become aware first of your feet. Look down at your feet and become aware of what you're stepping on or where you are. Is it a cobblestone? Is it desert? Is it jungle? What does it look like? What is the environment like? Look at your feet. Are you wearing any footwear at all? And the clothing that you have, if any, bearskins or robes or period dress or costume. And start looking up at yourself. And then you look at the environment around you. And your soul remembers as you cast your eyes in the space all around you. Where are you? Where do you find yourself in this time period as you look around? Are there buildings, the jungle, valleys, country? Where do you think you are? Where do you think you speak a different language, different color, different race, different language, whatever it might be? And as you become aware of roughly that time period, that sense, you also become aware of people coming towards you, walking towards you, and they are also in that same kind of dress or that period of time. And you notice them, you recognize them as a soul group, but perhaps they're different roles in that lifetime. What roles do they play for you in that lifetime? What is your role in that lifetime? What is your position or your status, whatever it might be? What is that character you're playing in that lifetime? For all of these lives are merely plays, theater, if you will. So as you become aware of your role in that lifetime, become aware of all these people and what you have to do in that lifetime. What is your position that you have to do in that lifetime? Good. And now become aware now of the time toward the end of that life when your life is fulfilled. It might be a long life or a short life. It doesn't matter. The soul knows no time. Soul knows no time whatsoever. So become aware now of the last day of that life. And where do you find yourself? What did you have to learn in that life? What did the others need to teach you and you need to learn? In the end of that soul's physical time, where do you find yourself? Do you find yourself alone or with people, in an infirmary, outside? What is your condition? And 5, becoming aware then that the light in this room is becoming dimmer, but there's another beautiful light far, far away. 4, you realize the end is near, but it's also a joyous time. 3, your soul begins to loosen up from the body, and you realize there's a journey to take. 2, getting ready to leave, final looking at the people, the room you're in. 2, getting out. And 1, leaving the body, moves freely and beautifully out of the body. 0, you're outside, floating above the body, feeling free and happy. For the natural state of the soul is love, is happiness, is freedom. You've come a long way. What have you learned in that lifetime? What are certain tests that you pass that you need to understand? Good. And take a deep breath in and exhale. Good. And slowly become aware of that breath again, breathing in and breathing out. The soul is pure, unconditional love. It's the human that makes the judgments, that human that brings in limitations to the soul. Let your mind be free. Let your mind expand to every star around you. You are connected to all. You are one. At this time, as your soul, I want you now to connect with your current life, this current lifetime, in this particular life. And just see before you, and you floating in that cloud, perhaps a movie, a screen. Become aware of those souls from the other lifetimes that are in this current lifetime and the roles that they play now. Become aware of any arguments or disagreements or fights that you've had with people and understand where that came from. Did you act the right way? Did you pass that test? How can you make your life, this current life, better in the future, in the tomorrows that you are given? Your soul has many opportunities in your tomorrows to make its journey much better. What do you need to do to make your tomorrows happier? Maybe forgive, maybe take the high road, maybe demonstrate love and forgiveness and kindness, maybe compassion. What is it that your soul needs to bring back to you now into your mind for you to use for your tomorrows? Divine Heavenly Parent, we ask a blessing on everyone here in this meeting. Dear Spirit friends and guides, teachers and loved ones, we ask your love, and we thank you very much for all the works that you do in the unseen world on our behalf. We open up our hearts and our minds to your truths. We thank you and bless you. And slowly become aware of your feet, again, your body, your legs. Whether you're sitting down, feel your feet on the floor, or your legs lying there. Let's feel the floor below you. Your backs, your lower back, your buttocks, your pelvic area, your stomach and chest, your shoulders. Begin to become aware of your arms and your hands, wiggling your fingers, your neck and your head, and slowly open up your eyes and be as one.
Wow, James. Wow. That was incredible. Really incredible. Really powerful. Wow. I went to a place that I didn't.
Where did you go, Kelly?
I'll tell you. I went to a place, was told the time period was 1650. It's not a place that I had ever actually thought of, ever. And I know exactly what I was wearing, this old-fashioned type of an outfit, like very plain colored. And I was about 15, and I was to help people. They needed help with food and water. So what I learned in that lifetime was how to be kind. I'd never seen that before. And then I saw myself pass away young, about 15, of an illness. Yeah.
What about other people here on our site? What lesson, maybe about one word, like Kelly said, kindness? Did some learn to have compassion? What are some of the things Japanese warriors saw themselves as? That's an interesting one. 1950s. Current close friend was a man. Yeah, it would change his sexes too. Yeah. What the other lifetime, Kelly? Did you get another one?
I did. It was during the Civil War. I got everybody saying, "Yeah, I got a Civil War one." It was where I had to learn about a broken heart. I had to learn to continue on with broken heart.
Wow.
So a lot of people have
unconditional love. Great.
Yeah. Somebody said that she blacked out. Thank you for the regression. It was amazing. Self-love.
Discipline as a Puritan. Wow.
Yeah, that was my period too. Puritan. Yeah, Puritan. That was it. That was the word.
I think a lot of us probably in this site here went through those religious lifetimes. Those would probably be in the site, right?
Isn't that odd?
12 years old, 1800s. I died of an illness very young. Forgiveness.
Self-confidence, Diane Lentz says. Discipline as a Puritan.
I was when I was a little boy. I was probably 9 years old. I was on Saturday mornings. I used to doodle. I used to love it, cereal and doodle. And I remember I was doodling, and there was a man with a mustache, big mustache, and blue eyes, chin, and a hat, and it was a Civil War soldier, and it was myself.
And it was you.
Now that I look at my photos with a mustache, and I have it in my art collection. I still have that picture, and it's me in the Civil War. And I've always had some of the Civil War.
Me too. Wow. Jennifer Ford says she was on the Titanic. She said, I learned gratefulness. Wow. Kim Kingsley said, no judgment.
No judgment.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. Janice Godwin said she was in South America as a healer. Wow. Ann Gonzalez, I like this one. Responsibility. I understand that one, Ann.
Wow. Spreading knowledge. I had a book, Tina says, shop in Russia in around 1960, stood up for freedom of information. I was ultimately killed. Wow. Killed alone at night near my shop. Wow. Mine was a Puritan. Wow. 1400s, an island learned love. Jane. Wow.
Joan Walker, lost during childbirth. That has happened to
There's a lot of that.
A lot of that.
Yeah. Probably. And what about the future? Like, what do we have to learn now? Did you get that, Kelly?
I did, and it was putting all of my lives together. That's what I got from that in this lifetime, to put them all together.
Anybody else? What did you guys get for the current life that will help you in your tomorrows? which I never done that before. Thank you, Spirit.
That was amazing, James.
That was from them. That was
Well, and in every moment that you were saying, it was exactly where I was in the meditation.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I just step to the side and let them speak through me.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Everybody,
take care.
Renee.
You've been listening to Both Sides Now and Beyond, featuring spiritual medium and master teacher James Van Praagh and spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kelly White.
That was great. Maybe we changed some lives.
And maybe opened up some minds.
Which way do I turn?
Right. I mean left.